All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Red Bull Battlegrounds. I'm your man, Tasty Steve, joined by none other, the hair beyond compare. Say Jam, talk to the people.
Now, what an introduction, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here at Red Bull. You know, David and James holding it down this morning, but they're getting a little older. I saw them kind of, you know, do this bad boy over there to grab some food and everything.
Get the early bird special, man.
Yeah, the early bird special. They have that senior discount. Now it's time for us to talk about some Street Fighter and, you know, just hold things down for you here at the Red Bull Battlegrounds. You saw Snake Eyes.
Yes, we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of competition here, and like we said before, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard a lot of the Seattle competition have come out just to represent. Make sure they get in on this competition as well, because this is an event like no other. We don't normally get these kind of opportunities to play with these kind of players in this capacity, as well with this kind of format and production. It's just an all-inclusive event.
Yeah, and I was walking around, and, you know, as soon as I walked in here, I saw the banners and everything and what it looked like. I was like, this is a seriously crazy-looking event.
This is true.
Really well put on, and I'm really happy that we get to be here, and such an awesome event for fighting games this week. And, of course, today is the Last Chance Qualifier event. So 2 players today, top 2, are trying to make it into that 14-man bracket.
This is true. This is 100%
for
true.
Tomorrow. So, you know, whoever wins today, keep in mind, first place will play against Knuckle Dude tomorrow. Second place will play against Justin Wong. So it's going to be hard for them, right? Those are 2 tough competitors. But if they can claw their way through this Last Chance Qualifier, they obviously deserve to be there.
And it is really scary, but we can't go any further without giving a special shout-outs to Sony PlayStation 4 for housing the event, making sure that if you're going to play this game, one of the best ways to do it, if not the best, is Sony PlayStation 4.
Right. We're on the Capcom Pro Tour, which is, of course, presented by PlayStation, who are handling a lot of the business here. And it is, of course, streamed on Twitch.tv, which is what you guys are watching on right now. This is the Capcom Fighters stream. There's a couple of streams you guys can catch this weekend, including the Level Up stream, where, you know, different commentators are on. So if you want to hear about different matches, obviously a lot of the streams here are jumping around to look at different feeds, so you can sort of check everything out in one localized position here, or jump around to the different matches.
Yeah,
and listen as you please.
There's a lot of streamers here. Red Bull has done an amazing job of collecting all the good FGC talent to make sure you guys have a great experience at home, even if you aren't lucky enough to be here with us. So we got Logic Hole, we have Level Up series, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, we still have Red Bull as well as Capcom Fighters. So a huge shout out to you guys joining us at home as well as here in the venue. With that being said, let's talk about a little bit of the character variety. So we've come a long way in like the Capcom Pro Tour.
It's been a long year.
It's been a really long year, and there's been a lot of discussion about characters, whatnot, et cetera, et cetera. And the way it's been set up, we have a nice small graphic about some of the statistics when it comes to the characters being played.
Yeah, which you can see on your screen there, of course, Ken, you know, most top 3 finishes in both the North American and a global bracket. Who'd have thunk it? But you know my favorite stat about this, if you look over at that Karen for North America, 4 first places.
Yes, that's true.
We know who that is. Justin Wong.
Justin Wong, huh?
Cleaning up shop in North America with those 4 big W's, which is really impressive. You of course see the Kens as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Both Julio Fuentes as well as Christitarian, right? They got a couple of those wins on the North American ranking events, you know. So they did really good, especially at the start of the year, right? There was that back-to-back win, of course, where Christitarian had West Coast Warzone, and then Julio got Texas Showdown. But yeah, you can see the ranking here compared globally. It's a pretty similar rundown on both sides of things, right? But
that's
Ken,
true.
What a character he is, huh?
Well, I mean, think about it like this. We do have a group affiliated only with the character that is first place on both of these, of course, the Trinity, as well as they've been pioneering a lot of the techniques and the damage and the options that comes out from this character. So it's no surprise that Ken is the top character. I mean, of course, Chun-Li, highly considered, I won't say considered, but I mean, highly considered and favored, one of the best characters in the game. And of course, with a close second, I mean, look at the stats alone. I mean, 6 overall? Like, come on, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're ready for our first match here, Steve.
Okay.
We're going to have Mr. Wolfkrone versus Patrick Wong.
Oh, wow. In person, Wolfkrone?
Wolfkrone in person. There he is.
And, of course, we actually saw his
you and I were commentating the online qualifier. He wanted to make it here. Yeah, that's right. Where he did a super awesome job, cleaned up shop. You know, a lot of people have seen him have a lot of success online this year. But, you know, you have to think back to Street Fighter 4, where he was such a dominant player in North America for such a long time. Laura in this game, you see the anti-airs on point. That's one thing about Wolfkrone, I think, that separates his Laura from many others. Fireball spacing is incredibly impressive, but he's always in the right distance for those anti-airs. Very similar to when he played Viper and he had the, you know, Thunder Knuckle anti-airs. The same kind of thing with Laura and the elbow.
And there's that SPD to try to get that offense started by Patrick Wong. And the thing about this is a lot of people have started to see that Laura is definitely one of those characters that all it takes is one guess.
Oh, yeah.
Geef definitely in the same boat because of how much damage he's going to do. Speaking of damage, crush counter roundhouse.
Yeah, big knockdown, and there's that jab short confirm. If you try to hold up when Geef knocks you down, then that's going to catch you grounded. You can get the combo, convert a little damage off of it.
Oh, wow. Did you see Patrick Wong dash into the fireball just so it wouldn't be any guess in between it, but still gets opened up, and life is almost even right now. Nice tech.
But no confirm from Wolfkrone off that forward heavy punch you just hit a second ago. Ooh. Surprise, anti-air lariat. One guess could do it here, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice throw. OS right there. That's going to be the round.
Doesn't have to spend any meter here. There it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was really smart. Like you said, don't want to spend any meter because you need every resource applicable right now to fight first off Laura, and then on top of that Wolfkrone.
Yeah, you want to save on that meter if you can. Resourceless kills, always a good sign if you can get it. There's the reset.
Nice.
It's light punch SPD, so not a setup.
And we don't really get to see this matchup as much, so I'm really happy that we have this opportunity, especially with a player like Wolfkrone running Laura.
Yeah, but so far, Patrick Wong has looked really strong. I like the where he's standing on screen, right?
Yeah.
The buttons he's hitting to try to intercept those fireballs. If you see her charging up, you got a clipper.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what we was talking about before. You see Patrick Wong actually staying at a range where he can either dash up or lay back. That way he does not have to worry about like the V-skill mix-up like that right there.
That'll be a punish.
Nice, SPD, dash up again, jab, blocks the V reversal, really smart.
Sweep lands for Wolfkrone. He's looked for that button a few times already. One of the big ones, anti-air is clean, and Wolfkrone's ready for that, right? You see this back and forth he's doing most of the time. Oh, that was spacing.
Get in there.
Spacing from Patrick Wong, so good. Critical Arts on deck, which is death if it lands.
Dash up, command grab versus Zangief. EX.
One more to do it.
Wake up, what's for breakfast?
The throw.
Back throw. That's what's for breakfast.
Game 1, Patrick Wong over Wolfkrone.
Yo, look, fix his glasses, gets ready.
The anime adjustment.
Match.
You see the lens flare on that?
All right.
I'm sure Red Bull can add that in post-production. Get ourselves a nice little anime lens flare for you guys. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, and it was a lot. He seemed so composed in that matchup.
Super comfortable.
He was like, okay, all right, I'm just going to play this range because I know you need to get here with Laura to make me afraid.
I mean, you saw there was one time, right, where he SPD'd the fireball on startup. Just got that hurt box, reach out and snatch it. That's really just excellent knowledge of all the spacing of things.
Nice roundhouse. Did you see him crouching jab out of that V skill? Not that time, though.
Yeah, it wasn't ready that time. It's done early, and Wolfkrone gets big combo here.
And it's going to be a lot of damage. Not dead yet, but still in a bad position. Nice crouch, standing light kick.
Lariat gets stuffed. Yeah, it was the jump light kick from Laura. Just gets in there, lands on the head. Lariat anti-air, not as consistent as it was maybe in like a Street Fighter 4. Still an option in a lot of ranges, but often will trade or just lose.
And look
there it is again.
And look how he just stopped to stay out of range of that thunderclap from Laura, and it's so smart of him.
Big jump. Yeah, it's a cross-up, and he confirms. Doesn't get the ender.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's the jump OS tech from Patrick Wong to try to get away from that Laura pressure.
And Wolfkrone still finds a hit. Nice crouching jab to make sure that Wolfkrone does not try any advance after that V reversal.
Now just walking forward is Patrick Wong. We've seen that he wants to take up the space, right? So that way when the thunderclap comes out, he has SPD queued up or roundhouse or something big, right?
And if you noticed, Patrick Wong has definitely strayed away from jumping. He's seen a few of those anti-airs come to pass, so he's not trying to mess with it anymore. Nice combo right there.
CA available now for Patrick Wong, which means Wolfkrone doesn't want to press too hard. These V-trigger thunderclaps, though, so powerful right there. So, yeah, you can't flex through that many hits. Suction, not much. But if he gets that jab in the suck, that was a good jump.
That patience. Needs to be really careful. You see Wolfkrone slowing this pace down to a crawl right now. Tries to go for the reset. He really wanted to get that SPD, probably tried to get something started, maybe even an EX.
Yeah.
But Wolfkrone doing a better job keeping out this time around. Second match, Wolfkrone.
Yeah, it's just that little jab to sneak in there and basically stop that situation. Right after that suction, Geef players often try stuff. It's not safe, you know.
It's definitely not safe, but it does give you an extra mix-up option. Zangief is definitely one of the characters that operate off of fear. So if he frees up just once, you give him another opportunity to force his will on you.
Yeah, a few frames too late, maybe get critical art or something like that, right? It's tough to deal with. Confirm into lariat.
Nice, gets the jump in, dash up, wants to keep that control, completely whiffs, gets the crouching strong anyway, and nice offensive push right here by Patrick Wong. Here comes Wolfkrone.
Got that counter hit confirmed. Now knockdown pressure is a threat.
Wow.
Patrick Wong fights out.
He's finding where Wolfkrone wants to hit buttons, and even after he's pressing, still catching him on open.
Big knockdown now for Wolfkrone, and he brings out the EX. First time he's gone for that.
Nice V reversal, and there's that jab again. Thought she was going to try to escape. That's why you saw that roundhouse right there.
Yeah, if you expect, you're trying to hold up or backdash for command throw, then that's where that jab comes out.
All right, and you said before, we saw how much of a problem these V-trigger thunderclaps from Laura is. And look at that movement. Finds the crush counter.
Wanted that elbow, didn't get it, and these powered-up fireballs are going to be the round, yes.
He did an anticipatory SPD right there because he thought that Wolfkrone would dash in to try to keep that offense going like he did before. Wolfkrone says, I'm not chancing it.
Tried to SPD the thunderclap when he was charging it up, right? He's done that a few times, just a few pixels out of the way.
Nice.
Oh, punished. Could have got more, maybe just the command throw. A lot of sweeps from Wolfkrone in this round.
And look at where Patrick Wong is deciding to jump in after pressure. It's so smart, and it's giving him that opportunity. It's, of course, using that hop as well, just to throw off the timing. Does not know if that's a jump or, a regular hop or not.
Yeah, and so far, Wolfkrone a lot of kind of uncharacteristic buttons this round that he wasn't using before. Now he has offense. And there was no V reversal or anything, so Geef, not much he could do there.
Ooh.
Big headbutt. Great spacing.
Uh-oh, command throw again. Let's see. Oh, nice EX thunderclap. Yo, knuckles.
Challenge with the lariat. This is a big chance for Wolfkrone. He has offense. The big suction. The fireball's there. He's got to hold it so he doesn't get interrupted.
Nice.
Wolfkrone's working on a comeback. He needs one more. Is it EX?
No, and he tried to hit a button. I mean, it's really scary. It's really scary because he definitely could have just dashed up and hit you with a command throw. So I understand trying to get out of there.
You want to wiggle away, right? You think that that's your time to escape. Big roundhouse comes out of Wolfkrone, and that was a really close match, actually.
Yeah, that was a really close match. We've seen a lot of good Zangief play overall this weekend in general.
You know, we saw, if you guys watched that Beta Pro that was yesterday, Red Bulls, Daigo, and Snake Eyes, we saw some awesome Geef play in that very first match. So that was really good. Patrick Wong had a good showing. I'm guessing that's probably deeper in the pools, right? He looked really strong. So I think he probably has a good chance in that. Wolfkrone, of course, one of the people players who a lot of people I think expect to do well in this tournament. Yeah, in this last chance.
I mean, think about it. Like you said, that was winners quarters final, so we are pretty far in that pool. So of course that player was really strong. I'm pretty sure that was in winners, so we still gonna see some more Justin if things work out in this way.
Yeah, Mr. Patrick Wong, of course, on the Geef looked really, really strong. He was just the spacing was so excellent. It's like he rolled into the correct position on his Vertigear chair, with those fantastically oiled and well-versed Vertigear chair wheels, rolled up in there, got that SPD spacing, and he, of course, did that while saving 10% with code NACPT through the weekend.
That's, of course, true. Like I said, offer valid only through the weekend. Make sure you get in there and get you one of those slick, cool Vertigear chairs. Roll around like a pro.
Adjust your spacing. Make sure that you are in proper footsie range in real life. Under the table, you roll around in that Vertigear chair, rip those armrests off, play with the joystick in your lap, no problems.
So next up,
man, even this music? They got Vertigear chair music?
Does this come like packaged with the chair?
I don't know if everybody else heard that, but there was like this sick Vertigear music, and I was just like,
it was like all buttonsy, quirky like.
It's like a soundtrack for your life. Like when you sit in the chair, the music comes on, and you're just like.
And the speaker right behind you is just blasting. It was really cool music.
They actually hire a person to walk around and play the music whenever you sit down.
Well, we definitely have more Street Fighter action coming up. I believe we have Tommy Twostep versus JTMN, I believe. I'm a fan of this name. I'm going to just tell you right now.
Me too.
I'm 100% down for this guy's name. So.
Tag creation is an art, Steve.
Yes, this is true.
Not everybody is Michelangelo or Van Gogh, but Tommy Twostep will be remembered.
That guy a high five. I owe him a high five.
Look at him go. Tommy
he looks like a Tommy Twostep. That is definitely a Tommy Twostep kind of face.
If I've ever seen one, Steve. Look at him go.
Rocking the HyperX headset. Okay, I like the way you work, sir. All right.
Yeah, nice and poised. You see him ready to go. It's been, a lot of really interesting Street Fighter matches. We have some really, really good matches coming up for you guys soon. We don't want to give anything away, Steve. No spoilers. Not everybody has seen Doctor Strange.
Yes,
you don't need to go talking about the magic behind the scenes. But, yeah, we're going to get into those matches in just a bit, of course. It's the Capcom Fighters stream. There's a few other channels you guys can check out if you're watching at home. Or if in person, you can just walk around and check out this lovely venue here and see what's happening in the Street Fighter action. Looks like it's going to be Bison, Tommy Twostep with Chun-Li.
All right, let's see how this goes. How do you feel about this matchup overall? Chun-Li versus Bison. I don't normally get to see it, but what are your thoughts on it? Just
it's interesting because you feel like Chun-Li should be able to control the spacing well, right? But it's not always easy for her to deal with a lot of the approach options of Dictator. Yeah, stuff like that can be tough.
Yeah.
If you mix it up enough, it's not always easy for her to stand light kick, your Devil's Reverse, and different approach options. She does have 3-frame buttons, which means she can often poke after a lot of the pressure.
Okay.
But yeah, that's important for Bison to establish. The different aerial approaches.
Nice jump in right there. Nice air legs. We want to see Tommy Twostep try to get something started right now.
Big jump there. There's that answer.
Gets the light kick. Gets back throw for his trouble. JLM in. Takes the first round. And that was a really slow melodic round. And JLM had control the entire time.
A like the way they kind of backed up, gave him a little space, and then he swung with that down forward fierce. You see, that's the problem with Devil's Reverse. You try to anti-air it, and Bison can pilot it to the other side of the screen and make you miss.
Definitely messes up some of that anti-air timing, even from Chun-Li with really great buttons and options.
Yeah, she has that lovely standing light kick. Now corner pressure for Bison. Oh, wow. Low medium kick.
Yeah, nice block. Uh-oh, finds a hit. Goes right into spinning bird kick. Use that V skill. Let's see what happens. Unhand me.
And you see that Devil's Reverse, right? Tough to deal with for a lot of characters. There's big damage. And that empty throw. Oh, air legs trade. Yeah, you saw Tommy Twostep dash in there. Try to hit him with the aerial approach, right? Two-step his way in, but LMN was ready with the Bison neutral jump, and that was good work. I feel like maybe Tommy Twostep has to try to slow down this pace a little bit, maybe deal with the Devil's Reverse, maybe start air-to-airing. Chun-Li has that jump strong. You can, you know, juggle into the legs after and everything. Maybe a better solution.
And even more so, he lost that last match with 4 resources. He had everything, and he didn't even do any reversal EX spinning bird or anything like that.
I like that Tommy Twostep has picked up offense here, right? It's much more aggressive this game. He doesn't want to have Bison approach him. Instead, take the fight to him so that you're not so worried about, you know, these different options he has.
Oh, nice. Gets the EX stomp.
That leading with that big down forward fierce.
Nice spacing. Tommy Twostep, like you said, definitely playing it a little safer this time around. Tries to go for the mix-up JLM in with that slide. Oh, wow, tries to beat it out. Even better block.
Yeah, I like that Tommy Twostep is mixing up the options he's using to deal with this Devil's Reverse. You know, the other options he was trying not working as well. Empty. There's the throw attack again.
And it's definitely working out a lot better for him. All right, there's the activation. Air legs. Oh, and he drops the combo. Oh, man. Tommy Twostep definitely had that round in the bag. And with that drop, JLMN goes up set point.
He was in such great position. Whoa, preemptive roundhouse. He was in such great positioning, right? To work on that round and maybe build into something else. But now JLMN on match point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, big cross up. Light kick not going to hit on the other side.
Oh, nice. And that's what I was talking about before. Does EX Bird just to stop that mix-up.
Finally, Tommy Twostep away from the Devil's Reverse.
Oh, nice. Back up anti-air. You saw that spacing? That was really good.
Now leading with all kinds of offense. Still, Chun-Li, I love the dash under. Yeah, better option to deal with that than what he's been going to.
Oh, misses the air legs right there, and definitely in range to take this.
Shin Bison popped. Not a lot of resources for Bison.
Oh, yo, the walk out, walk back in shimmy.
You know what that is? That's the two-step.
Oh, that's the two-step
that is the
of
Tommy
his namesake?
Yes.
The Tommy two-step? You've just been hit by it. He owes him a card now. All right, let's go.
Dash under, yes, I love that movement now from Tommy Twostep to just be more agile to deal with that, make it harder for Bison to predict.
Oh, wow, that big sweep from downtown. Gets that forward throw, nice push right here. Oh,
can lead with that down forward, yeah, there it is. Oh, the dash through again.
Dash through. Throws him out of the corner this time.
Tons of stun gauge built up for Chun-Li. Just got to be careful about it, but instead presses.
Oh, finds a hit, not able to confirm though. Oh,
big crush.
Tommy Twostep in danger right now. Doesn't block, doesn't find an overhit.
Oh, gets juggle. No, okay, now V reversal. This is big chance. Chase down, and Tommy under again.
Yo, this time burns the critical art, and he's in a good position. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to get a mix-up right here. Let's see what he does to try to find these last parts.
V-skill mix-up. JLMN does quick rise. Air legs hit. One more.
Didn't drop it this time. Let's see what's going to happen.
Instant stomp will do it, and Tommy Twostep on the game. What a comeback that was. So composed, that last little V-skill mix-up. And the problem is a lot of players now are starting to adjust. You know, after that critical art from Chun, they don't quick rise so that you don't have to eat the V-skill mix-up. But instead, JLMN does, and because of it, loses the round and game. So has to adjust in it, right? He's having trouble dealing with his Chun offense, and the Devil's Reverse is no longer as big of a factor as it was in the first game.
Of course, JLMN definitely notices that Tommy wants to get from under. He wants to play that game to make you not do it at all. That way he can control that neutral a little more. You're a lot more reluctant to go to it when you see someone's actively stopping you.
Right, yeah. Tons of dashing around and dealing with, you know, this, and movement is the way to do it. Drops the combo.
Nice. Pops, V-trigger this time around, down about 60% right now.
Check with a little jab. There's been a lot of buttons there from Chun. You see that down forward heavy punch into the stand medium kick? Oh, great.
Nice, finds a hit. And here's the pressure. Nice walk up there. Didn't do any buttons. Just wanted to keep that position in his favor. Nice cross under right there.
Yeah, Chun-Li keeping up the offense. Same V-skill mix that we saw earlier.
The two-step again.
Oh, he tried to dash, and you see Bison pilot it backwards to intercept. Really, really, really good adjustment for JLMN there. Has figured out, okay, you're going to try to dash under every time. Here is my answer to it. Nice and queued up for the third game.
Yeah, nice just holding back right there to make sure that if he tries to dash under that he's going to be on the other side regardless. Gets clipped by the last hit of that spinning bird kick.
The last hit.
Oh, there's the dash under again, and this is a very touch and go for this mix-up right here.
Yeah, really, he's trying to force that option so often now. The reversal from Bison, a little slow, so not always going to beat that. And that dash under has had near 100% success rate for Tommy.
Drops the air legs right there, punts that big crush counter. Lots of damage.
Blocked.
Oh, nice bait. Safe jump setup right there. He's going to do a lot of damage. Yo, it's Christmas. Came from the chimney, gets the stun. Ugh, so much damage.
Just in time for the holidays, but the wake-up jab, the Christmas ruiner.
Yo, the Grinch, he is wearing his green.
His heart grew, but not enough sizes so far, keeping the offense, and that'll do it.
Yo, Twostep, look at him, adjusting himself.
He's got the Christmas hat and everything. He just unwrapped that this morning.
All right, let's go.
Final round. Keeping up offense now. The air legs has not been answered well by JLMN. Oh, piloted,
nice.
But missed.
Gets the dash under, gets those EX legs. He's in great position right now. No block on that V reversal. Didn't see it coming. And you see JLMN trying to get out of that corner. He wants to establish some offense right now because Tommy is definitely on a roll.
Oh, walked right into it.
Oh, unhand me.
Big anti-air again.
Same side, and this time JLMN blocks it.
Yeah, well, he's been a little bit better about blocking that dash under in the last few rounds. And yeah, again, Tommy's answer is so consistent. JLMN really has to figure that out.
Nice block right there. You see that defense go up.
Oh! Baited, but didn't have critical art on deck or anything.
Walks out of range, and oh, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's a nice chunk. Does he quick rise? Yes, and the mix-up is blocked. Oh!
Tries to slide. That was so risky. What's going to happen?
Oh, the throw. He needs a couple of more. Oh, the
crouching
miss.
Strong. Tommy, two-step. Don't
Two-stepped his way right into the handshake.
Right?
Do you see that? I was worried for a second there, Steve.
Tommy two-step. Look like he needs some water right now. I like how excited he is. That's how you know the fighting game community is helping you out. That smile on his face is irreplaceable. Either way, great match right there. A lot of touch and go, a lot of great answers from both players. Tommy two-step definitely. Let's take a look back at this. Nice anti-air right there on the trade.
See this big V-trigger pop, and that was the problem, right? The miss combo, though. You see the little stutter on Chun-Li. You know there was a button there that just didn't come out. Big chance, and this is that throw bait. The two-step?
Tommy with the two-step. I bet you when he first started walking, that's exactly what they called him. Wants to confirm.
And this is that mix-up you have to deal with the stomp, right?
Boom. Right. Go straight for the overhead. And once again, let's check it out one more time.
Just the float in, caught him on the round. And this is the final game, that last little scenario we saw. And I've got to wonder if this dash up and a down heavy punch was maybe supposed to be another button.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm almost certain that was just a missed input right there.
Yeah, maybe just some kind of error. Something went wrong.
Well, and of course, like you said before, we don't really get to see Bison versus Chun as much. And Chun is considered one of the better characters in the game. But he had great answers to a lot of the offensive options that JLMN was trying to go for. And he seemed so sure about it that he didn't change up. And that's why he kept getting opened up by the dash under.
Yeah, you mentioned that we don't get to often see matches like that. But, you know, if you head over to the Capcom Fighters YouTube channel, you can see high-level play all over the place. That's, of course, Capcom Fighters TV, as well as the other social channels, of course, Twitter, as well as Facebook. If you're on either of those, follow Capcom Fighters. And everything on the Capcom Pro Tour is, of course, presented by PlayStation 4.
Of course. I'm a big PlayStation guy myself, regardless of who's hosting. So I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud that they gave us this opportunity. And, of course, thank you for the opportunity to Red Bull themselves for giving us this venue as well as this platform to showcase all these great matches from all over.
They let us jump on here and talk about video games, especially this guy, BST Daigo Umehara, the Twitch Global Ambassador, Red Bull extraordinaire. I mean, this is the man right there.
I mean, I feel like the Twitch Global Ambassador should be on his name. I'm pretty sure he has a card with that on there.
Steve, one day when you hit the point where you have about 5 sponsors and your tag is your own name, you don't even have to rep the other people because you are just so powerful. When you have that negotiation ability, you'll be on the level of Daigo Umehara on the left from Japan. Insight from Canada on the right with the birdie play.
Nice. I'm about this color choice. I didn't think I would like it, but here we are.
And so far, Daigo pressing a lot. This is a matchup where Ryu really has issues in the mid-range a lot of the time, so he either has to play a very slow game or try to pick up that offense. Out of range.
Drops the combo.
Yeah.
Get that big jump in, no confirm. There's the EX, dash in to take that offense. I like it.
And you see Daigo trying to eat up a lot of this space. Big jumps at the start. And you know, Birdie's buttons, yeah, the throw bait. One more will do the round.
Oh, gets the back throw. Let's see what Insight can do.
Went for the Tatsu to try to throw bait.
Oh, tries to back dash to get out of there. And there's the armor to get through. This is going to hurt.
Oh, drops. Yeah, missed the juggle. And the command throw will do
That might be it.
Yeah, first round to Inside over Daigo Umehara, who had a couple of weird drops. I mean, he tried to throw bait a couple of times. Didn't work, and I think he's going to recognize that and log that in. But there, you know, it's not a lot of text from Inside so far. Big jump. And Ryu feels like he has to jump in this matchup at a lot of ranges against those normals.
And nice call out right there. Tried to dash in, use that EX chain.
Yeah, corner push. Doesn't, ooh, unsafe, but no punish.
And you see that Ryu definitely wants to keep this, keep
throw
this
bait.
pressure up.
Another. This time the delayed low from Daigo. One thing he really does use a lot in this game.
And this is where we saw the change up last time. They got Insight that last round. Not going too well for him. Daigo going in right now, overhead.
Yeah, really offensive from Daigo, right?
He's going in really hard this time around. Insight normally took that chance to stick a button out, keep him honest, maybe do it down for it first. But this time Daigo's like, nah, I'm not going to let you get away with it. And Daigo is holding forward right now.
He's pressing so hard. He's really trying to force offense on Birdie and get past this, you know, minefield of normals. That's punished.
Oh, wow,
right
nice.
into the CA.
Oh, man, that took off a lot of damage.
Big jump in again, and there's been not enough anti-airs from Insight. He really doesn't expect Daigo to keep jumping and pressing so much. Oh, throw bait.
Needs to be really careful. Insight.
Another one, and that is going to be the stun. Daigo Umehara on the... Oh, look at that Alex Vi picture. Do you see him as Ryu? You saw him rocking that outfit. What's happening here? There's some kind of... I don't know what happened. He was so flabbergasted by the rush down from Daigo.
That was kind of scary. I would have freaked out too and probably hit the home button.
There's that quick home button. He's like, can everybody just talk? Can we talk about this?
Can we talk about this? He was all up in my grill.
See how many times he jumped at me?
Look, I didn't even invite that guy over. He didn't bring any dishes or anything.
He came to the potluck and just ate all the food. He didn't bring it. He couldn't even bring a Red Bull. Come on, Daigo. What are you doing over there? And then, you know, he just rushed me down. I don't like it. And Daigo's like, yeah, I'm going to eat all your food. It's absolutely delicious.
You know why I'm here.
Thanks for inviting me.
So first match was touch and go at first. We saw that Daigo definitely turned it up in between those first rounds because he
was in like full-on sprint mode.
Yeah, he was just holding forward to try to keep that offense in his favor because he saw that Birdie was willing to press buttons at that range. Of course, even reading that Daigo wanted to dash in, did EX chain once or twice, down forward first another time, and just had buttons there to try to make him respect it. But
you know, if you want to play this brawler style of Ryu that Daigo was playing, right, he's like mixing it up between dash or jump or like these mid-range fireballs that he's following behind. There's so many options to cover as Birdie, and I think that's an interesting style to the matchup because if you try to play this slow and steady, right, Birdie neutral, so tough to deal with as like a character like Ryu who doesn't have the same kind of reach on a lot of his normals. But in the meantime, if Daigo is going to force this offense, right, like he's just going to steamroll you. That's what he's looking to do.
And on top of that, it's really weird for you to have to force it with Ryu with dashes instead of fireballs. And you have to be careful because we saw in that first round the jump in that Birdie did was so good that Daigo instantly realized, like, oh, okay, I need to be careful with these fireballs. On top of that, he has options to get through it. So his pressure turned into let me push him to the corner and make him respect these buttons, and that's where my pressure is going to come from.
Yeah, and it was really one of those things where, like, if you're trying to stop mid-range fireballs as Birdie, you're going to, like, walk up and maybe hit stand medium kick or a button to stuff it, right? But then that loses the jump because all of Birdie's buttons are, you know, they got a lot of hang time at the end of them, right? You can just jump in on those things.
Yeah, that's
So then
true.
you start looking for the jump, and all of a sudden, dash forward becomes an option. We have a whole squadron of Red Bull.
All the TOs from the Eastern Seaboard up here talking.
There is an entire fleet of Red Bull athletes over there, or Red Bull staff members, trying to assist.
Okay, so we don't know what's happening yet. Obviously, someone might have took that beating to heart, hit the home button, maybe possibly blamed it on someone else.
Yeah, trying to signal that it was something else. But I guess we're going to take a look at that pause that just happened a second ago. We'll see. See, Daigo has that offense, right? That light kick Tatsu, you get the neutral jump roundhouse. Yeah. Wait a frame. There's the jump again. Oh. Big jump.
Gets the counter hit and just resets in the throat. Gets the stun.
That big judo toss. And then you can see in the stun, there's the, let's not even finish this. You get the Valle face. You see him RTSDing his profile picture
that
down.
Halloween outfit, that Red Bull Ryu.
Yeah, the excellent one. And he's explaining his case.
It wasn't me. this guy came and didn't bring any extra food, I at least bought a Mountain Dew. But that was the wrong thing to bring because this is Red Bull.
Yeah, just common. You know, Steve, it's common sense, but not often do you always understand the thing. We get the big thumbs up.
All right, I think we're going to go back.
Everything is remedied here. Daigo looking as stoic as ever. And we're into the match.
Oh, we're already in.
Big chain at the start to beat the fireball, I'd assume. Command throw now. And that meaty fierce headbutt just caught Daigo doing something on wake up. He was wiggling around.
And look how much life Daigo has lost already.
Yeah, he's slowed things down a bit, but immediately he wants to get in. He's got to get in there.
And we talked about this last time. This time, he's throwing a little more fireballs, and you can see Insight not so friendly with the button. See him trying to go for chain, dashes right into it, and gets the command throw.
Yeah, meaty slide there. Daigo pops. And he's on the other side. Throw bait works again. This time the regular throw.
And there's the offense. This time we saw a round before Daigo switched to this. And this time, dashes into the crouching jab.
Big uppercut from Daigo. Crush sweep. He's got a big setup chance. Other side. And throw will do it. Daigo now. Match point over Insight.
And you saw Daigo go back to that first round play that we saw from the first game. And he instantly turned it off because he realized that Insight was waiting for that.
Yeah. See that big sweep whip punish on the crouching heavy punch. And Daigo did standing jab duck. He was looking to see if there was perhaps a throw tech, and that's what that's all about.
And of course, this set is actually reset, so the count is actually 0-0, and this is the first match of a 2 out of 3 set, just to be clear.
Oh, punish chance for Daigo. He gets in there. Oh, he baited it. He can get EXTP, and he does. See what Daigo opts for now. The big meaty. One more to take the round.
And that's going to be that first game goes to Daigo. And this time,
the head shake.
A decisive first game again.
You see him scratching the noggin there, thinking about the life. Ugh, it's a tough one. Waiting for that big thumbs up on both sides of things. But yeah, Daigo, you can see really, you know, he plays it slow a little bit. He kind of lulls you into this slow style, right? And then suddenly, big jump, big dash, something towards you.
So what do you feel like needs to be done? I mean, I feel like Insight had a great game plan at first, but Daigo's like adjustment was instantaneous. Like now I feel like he has to play more of the jump-in game to try to bait those fireballs, make them commit to staying there. That way you can hit those buttons in that range and keep them honest.
Yeah, really got to go to a style that's a bit more defensive, more reactionary to try to stuff what Daigo's doing. And Daigo looking for so many parries. Throw. Daigo needs one more for the round. Oh, good reaction on the chain. Just maybe a slight bit slow. That's punish, yeah.
And this time you saw Daigo did not dash in.
Oh, man. Daigo bullying now with so many normals up close. Then, yeah, a little punish at the end. And
right
Daigo
now,
steamrolling.
Insight needs to turn something around right now. Daigo on set point goes right over him, still gets the standing strong.
Yeah, such an unfortunate miss there on the chain. He was a little out of range parry.
Parry, zero range parry right there. Nice dash up, try to keep that offense. Nice anti-air. And you see Insight hitting buttons now.
He's reading that there's these buttons on defense from Insight, all kinds of attacks. Big crush. We'll see what the offense is. Oh, jump back attack.
Throw S, I like it.
Oh, he tried to parry that, actually. Daigo speeding things up so much. He's got critical art on deck.
Oh, I was about to say, needs to be really careful. Trigger is available for Insight. Oh, wow. Just a little too slow.
See what Daigo has here. Yeah, sweep. Throw on whatever it was. The meaty got hit. And Daigo so much resources to work with. He gets clipped.
He's going to get an option right here. Crush counter. Roundhouse. Drop the combo. Insight. Uh-oh.
Got him.
You're dead.
CA will do it.
Oh, and Insight had an opportunity right there.
Big crush counter. Stuck out that medium punch. And the headbutt was supposed to be there. You have to imagine.
Oh, that's true.
Just a big miss. Daigo gets it.
That's that pressure, that atmospheric pressure the Beast puts on you when you're playing them in tournament.
Yeah, we'll get another chance to look at the matches we just saw here. You see the reaction to that combo? Oh. That's the reaction you expect.
No,
yeah, no,
I know.
Not like this. Yeah, you know.
So,
can you expect any other reaction? Really?
I mean, what reaction?
In a situation like that. And now you got to explain the situation. Oh, the smile on his face. This is, you know,
that cheese.
There is a
Mr.
chapter
Daigo
in my book about quarter circle forward punch, which you can of course get here. $25, I believe that
I think
Daigo
so
book
too.
was.
And of course, next up, we have Circa's very own LPN versus, I believe, what does it say? The Snow? That's not the Snow. The Show.
the show. I think that'll be the one, Steve.
Okay, all right.
You know, Steve, we've seen a lot of people coming up on stage. We saw, you know, a lot of really good matches so far. I really like all the things we've seen. But what I like more is the awesome deals over there at the Amazon.com/Capcom Pro Tour. They have this new shirt, this Nash shirt. I know you're feeling this, right?
Oh, man.
Oh,
I
man.
legit just saw this shirt, and I would definitely want this shirt.
Steve has not seen that yet by the real genuine shock on his face when he just saw that.
I'm glad that nobody else. I was like,
and I'm shocked
man.
at the incredibly low prices that the Capcom Pro Tour store presented by PlayStation 4 has for you guys at home. Amazon.com/Capcom Pro Tour. This new Resurrection Nash tee. Of course, they have the Ryu and other t-shirts available over there if you want some of this lovely apparel over at the Capcom Pro Tour. And this theme song is so sick.
I don't know who's doing the composition on this music that we have while we're waiting, but it's really good.
Logan Sama back there.
Yeah, Logan Sama back there helping out.
You know. But there he is, LPN. Circa's LPN here. Not in the top 14 players, right? He's trying to qualify through these last chance qualifiers that are going on today, right? Top 2 in this tournament will make it into tomorrow to play against that top 14. And we've got ourselves an Alex Mirror.
Yeah, and that's one of the opportunities you do get. I mean, not being automatically guaranteed, this is what this event is made for. So once again, thanks to Red Bull for that.
Yeah, big forward fierce from LPN leading with it. It's a big, nice button for Alex. You know, in the mirror, these characters both have super solid mid-range options, including the elbow dash, the buttons, that one, the low-medium punch. And in case you're curious, Circa LPN in the blue, the show is in red with the Alex. Crushed. Oh, miss. Yeah, wrong strength of the flash top. Throw.
Oh, nice. Gets a back throw.
Yeah, Meaty pops his own V-trigger. Oh, the full charge.
Oh, tries to go for some gimmicky mix-up. And gets
the chase
a
down.
lot of damage with the reset. He's really close. Goes for stun gun, headbutt. He's warming up.
Big scary. Makes that next normal so dangerous to deal with. Still a trigger for both of them. They're close to running out. And one series will do it. The command throw. And that's got to be that. First round for the show.
First round. Talk about putting on one. The show over here doing damage. First round against LPN, an established Alex player nonetheless.
Yeah, I like the neutral jumps from LPN now. Trying to, you know, a lot of that horizontal approach from Alex, including that elbow dash there. There's a lot of ways for him to get into that angle. So neutral jumping a good choice. Big boot. Another.
Crush counter.
Huge corner carry. He gets positioning here.
So much damage. Dash in strong. Just so much disrespect. LPN on the verge of
the stun.
Headbutt. Yo, the stun with the stun gun headbutt, big boot again.
The knee, and that's gonna do it.
First game from the show, definitely stepping up, representing where he is. Look at that, smirk.
Smile.
Look at those cheeks. I'm just saying. First game.
Please. That's pretty convincing.
Look at LPN's, look at the scowl, the disgust. He's like, no, this dude didn't just pick my character and think you gonna style on me?
Are you sure it's his character, Steve? I don't know. After that first game?
I don't know.
I don't know about all that, Steve. That was pretty convincing.
So LPN definitely has a chance here right now. This is not over by a long shot. When we get a character switch, he does play multiple characters, or maybe he wants that challenge. Maybe he's like, you know what, maybe I want to run it back.
You know, somewhere, Tobaware, Circa's fighting game manager, frantically running around in the background here.
I just get like this small, like chibi, like Tupperware, like running back and forth, like, what
waving
are you
his
doing?
hands in the air.
What are you doing?
With no confidence in the world now. You got to imagine LPN, you got to think about what he wants to do, right? He's multi-character specialist,
right?
Talented with so many different characters in the roster, and we know of him mostly for this Alex play. That's right. This is what we think about.
Yeah, this is true.
When it comes to Alex, or when it comes to LPN, and it looks like the Alex it is. Thinking about it.
So it's looking like he's locking and still deciding just a bit. This is winners semifinals of the pool. So no matter what, neither one of these players not done. But man, this is definitely a tough match, especially coming from the show. Largely unheard of from my end of the table. But wait a minute. Switches to Birdie. Emphatically switches to Birdie. Nice. Okay, let's see how this turns out. Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of buttons this time around. We're going to see at the range, but you still have to be careful. If Alex gets in range where he can just do down strong, Birdie can't really hit buttons. He can do pretty good whiff punishing, but he still has to be careful. That crouching strong is really good. Yeah. And of course, the show definitely not scared of going for that big roundhouse to get those crush counters.
Yeah, and that banana out lets him control so much space. You got to think about that as a big wall, right? It's a big, it's a big stop sign for Alex. So LPN's really got to be interceptive just like that, and he's got to play the solid, you know, footsie game. He's got to stop Alex on the way in. Big chain. He gets meaty here.
Oh, wow. Just walks right out of range right there. You see the show trying to find his interest.
Ooh, a little late on that forward fierce.
Nice. It goes right back to the banana. Gets his little two-hit combo. Has a great life lead right now, and you see LPN playing a little slower.
Yeah, just kind of hanging out now. You see it's in a real interceptive style, trying to beat Alex as he approaches. No punish on the roundhouse from LPN.
All right, needs to be cool. Wow. He's looking for that sweep. He's a little closer, and there's that V-skill warm-up. Alex in trigger right now.
He's got tons of V-gauge left. It drains down really slow. You can see it on the bottom right there. That V-trigger takes a while.
And look at the pace that LPN has turned this match into.
Yeah, significantly slower pace. Much better for LPN to deal with Alex this way than before, right, where it was a real slugfest. Punish. No, LPN didn't get enough. Could have got much bigger.
Nice. Nice anti-air right there. Tries to go for that big forward roundhouse. Not going to happen this time around.
It was the interception from LPN, stuck out that short jab. EX headbutt.
Ooh.
Elbow dash early. This is what you want from Alex, right? You got to pick up the pace, get this knockdown, and really make it count. Whiff punish.
Wow, what a whiff punish in the headbutt right there. And there it is, that wall. That defense from LPN is definitely going to make a difference. Already has made a difference in this matchup.
Yeah, it makes Alex so hesitant to approach stun gun.
Stun gun headbutt.
Ooh, look for that forward pierce, it looks like, but just slightly early, or, you know, hard to do on the dash up, right? Not enough frames there. LPN reacted.
Oh, and there's that crouching strong range I was talking about. You see him get that hit, tries to get the reset, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah, LPN just gets the command throw punish. Banana is out, and this has been a problem for the show. He doesn't know how to deal with it. Now the forward approach from LPN.
Oh,
the
nice.
meaty will do it. It
Eat
seems like,
dirt.
Yeah, the show is, you know, he's having trouble dealing with the neutral, finding a way to crack the defensive shell that LPN has created here.
And we were just talking about it. Like I said, it definitely was a lot more bunsy, but even more so, he just used the banana peel to control the pace the entire time, which is actually really smart. That means Alex doesn't get an entry in a lot of these situations.
Yeah, there it is. This is a big chance. He can meet you with a couple of things. Stun gun. Oh, this time the boots, and LPN was ready.
Nice, and there, gets the crush counter.
Big jump here. That's so much advantage.
Oh, nice. Gets armor on that EX dash.
It's one thing we haven't seen the show do yet. That's something new that he's opted to go for here. Command throw tucked in again.
Oh, using that flat.
Big corner positioning for LPN now.
And LPN needs to be really careful right now. I mean, he has trigger, has nice resources, but so does the show. Warms up a little bit. Wants to get that big counter hit on that V skill.
He's got that V gauge ready. Both of them now. Can pop at any time. The dive.
The dive. Free Willy. Eat dirt.
Oh, the stun gun.
It's not over. It's not over. Tries to get out of there.
That'll do it, man. What an entry from the show. Now match point over LPN. Again, winner semis of the pool.
Oh, wow. That was a crazy risk there by LPN. Needs to be really careful. You see the show fishing right now. He just wants to get a hit.
Got caught. Eating.
Nice.
Banana's down. This creates that wall again, as we mentioned. Gonna warm up.
Right back to that banana peel.
You see, I like the pace that the show is playing right now. He's staying in a range where LPN no longer gets banana for free. Oh, punish. No. Didn't hit any buttons.
Gets the sweep.
Yeah, stuffs from LPN. And he really...
Nice air to air.
Oh, got him.
Oh, Free Willy too.
That has had 100% success rate. Goes the stun. But just, yeah, creates this banana again. He wants this to go deep. Yeah, he wants to spend as much time as he can on punish.
That should be the round.
Not the right strength of command throw. It could have been heavy, yeah.
So you can see right now that banana peel does a lot because it makes it so you can't do a flash elbow to try to get in there. So even if you have meter, it's something you have to think about. We saw him do it a couple times and he ate that armor, but in that instance he could just hit another button, knock him out of that armor, and get the offense. So it's really smart that he's not doing that.
That horizontal approach is so important for Alex. As we mentioned, ooh, the little whip punish. Got that crouching medium kick, but Banana slipped him up. Oh, neutral jump from LPN is good. He spends the EX. That gives him space to set up this banana and a little extra damage.
Nice. And look at that. You can get away with that chain because that banana peel is there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You have that little wall out, that defensive option. And the show, he's got to be ready for that banana or the can. Yeah, now for approach is LPN.
Oh, nice.
Big jump. And the interrupt again. LPN's so ready on that standing light kick to stuff the show on the way in. And he's playing such a defensive wall right now. It's really impressive that he can keep this up against Alex.
Yeah.
Stun gun.
EX stun gun.
Another.
Oh my God,
jump away. Yeah, that would have been scary for LPN. Now has corner positioning.
Counter, and that is going to be that. LPN bringing it back from the brink. Nice job.
Yeah, that was super, super tense. You know, that Alex mirror didn't go LPN's way, but really figured out the matchup with Birdie, right? It gave him so much more control in the neutral game. He got to dictate the pace and force where the engagements were going to be. That was a really good adjustment from LPN. And that's the strength of playing multiple characters, right? When you can play a couple of guys, you can see. This is that Alex Mirren we saw in the start. You see LPN so close to stun.
Stun gun
That'll
headbutt.
do it. Yeah, chunk of stun on that one.
And he did a great job. The show did a great job of controlling that neutral, not overextending. And I felt like that might have been an issue. The fact that he was trying to overextend so much. So he switches to Birdie. Yeah. And this is when it gets interesting. Sets up that wall of defense right there, using that banana peel. One of the greatest strengths that he has in this matchup.
Exactly. And you see those dives, 100% success rate. LPN was bringing them out over and over. And that time there was the block and the stun gun, but it wasn't enough. Just that little pixel for LPN. Gets caught anyway by the flash shot. But still, yeah, that's a whiff punish.
Look at that whiff punish on that big boot. And another stun gun head, but tries to go for it again.
Yeah, if this hit right there, that would have been trouble.
That would have been really hard on the mental. I feel like it would have been a lot harder for him to bring this back, gets the big crush kind of roundhouse, and finishes the match, which is really good.
Yeah, and you know, in a game like this in Street Fighter, right, there's a lot of situations where stuff like that comes out, and you know, a lot of times you see the flash maybe of the yellow.
That's true.
Sometimes it's the audio cues, which you can always hear better when you're wearing a HyperX headset, which is of course one of the lovely partners here, the Red Bull Battlegrounds. You can buy them now over at hyperx.gg/Capcom. The HyperX Cloud Stinger, their brand new headset, $50, has a swivel to mute microphone.
Yeah.
You know you're playing those games, you're grinding for those points on CFN. Your mom comes in and yells at you to take out the trash. All you have to do is swivel that mic up and you'll mute yourself, so nobody will know that you didn't do your chores, you know, maybe the dishes aren't done, you didn't walk the dog. No one will find out because you have that quick mute option on the HyperX headset.
And of course, all our setups have the Cloud Stinger for you guys while you're playing to make sure, like you said, some of the best gaming headsets out there and under $50. So make sure you guys head over to HyperX. Tell them Capcom, Red Bull, Steve and Steve sent you.
Tasty Jam sent you on an exclusive pickup mission. We got another match coming up for you guys. Bonchan, one of the Red Bull athletes out here looking to play on stage. You see him right there representing with that lovely HyperX headset. And I like that little thermal thing he's wearing there, right?
Yeah, that's a nice little bubble coat there from Red Bull. And him being a Red Bull athlete, he has definitely been making the rounds in the tour.
Yeah, trying to travel and get those last-minute points, right, of course, in this last chance qualifier, looking to qualify for tomorrow. Maybe get himself a chance to qualify for Capcom Cup through this North America Regional Final. Another one of the Japanese players, and him, Daigo Umehara, and Tokido are all in this last chance qualifier and playing. So looking to try to make it in there. And Amigo One on the right with Ryu.
I think it's Amigo One.
Amigo One, you are right. It looks like it is. It's just not spaced in a way that's, you know, representative.
So I like the neutral.
Just smushed it all together.
The neutral right here from Amigo One.
Amigo One. Yeah, V-skill spacing. Wow. This is a matchup that a lot of Ryu players have struggled in. You know, throughout the year, I think this is one of the characters that can control Ryu in the neutral. All the spacing and stuff to deal with, the booms, stuff like that. The scythe that he just brought out.
Just right out of range of that sweep right there. Gets the crouch strong, tries to go for the reset and the throw. Bonchan, ready.
Whip punish from Bonchan too. And you can see the spacing, the movement from Bonchan. Really quite aggressive, right? Kind of like, you know, you think about it, Sagat, it was movement heavy, lots of fireballs and spacing. That's OS throw tech, good read. Other side. Lands. Oh, he missed the juggle.
Missed the light kick scythe. I like it though. I like the awareness.
Big jump.
Still has critical art available. And this time he can finish it. Overhead.
No, too close on the fireball. And Bonchan with a little jab to punish.
And Amigo One definitely brought it back in that last part of the round right there, but just committed a little too hard. Bonchan takes it.
Big approach. And this is what you need as Ryu, right? You have to bully in there and try to find that hit on Nash, because otherwise this neutral, he can dictate too much. It's too much spacing, too much control.
Nice spacing right there on that sweep from Bonchan. Amigo One takes that opportunity to get some offense right now.
No whip punish on that. And there's that jump back jab air to air. Really good choice from Nash. That and the jump back light kick. Another great air to air option. Confirmed!
Oh, sick. Oh, drops it. Spends all his resources on top of that. Amigo One not out of this, really close to having critical art himself. Tries to Tatsu through. It's damage. Not over yet.
One more to do it. Gotta be careful. Oh, the dash and the double short to do it. First game to Bonchan as he takes a sip. Looking really solid here in that first game, right? The spacing was really nice. There was a few times where his opponent got opportunities, and, you know, his defense was, you know, close to cracking, but Amigo One didn't confirm enough, right? He got that counter hit strong and then didn't follow it up with maybe a sweep, right? That's the combo you're looking for. But, you know, oftentimes you just don't expect a V-skill anti-air from Bonchan. And building V-skill and V-gauge, so important for Nash in this matchup, right?
Yeah.
Because as soon as you have V-trigger, Ryu really cannot throw fireballs anymore, right? It becomes an option that's no longer really a good one.
Yeah, it's not really valuable because you got to think about it. The further away that Ryu gets, those fireballs are going to be a lot better. Oh, nice.
Yeah, combo doesn't work. Spent that V trigger so early, but already close to building another one, actually. He's almost got a full gauge.
Full roundhouse, gets the back throw, gets that entire screen behind him, finds the medium kick sight. Trying to bait out a jump right there. Got that back dash.
On the meaty boom, and he's got control now. The overhead will do it, or the short. And yeah, that's what Amigo One was looking for. Stood up, expecting maybe an overhead. Bonchan has so much control. This is such a clinical way to play this matchup.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been a crucial matchup for Ryu players all year, it seems. You know, trying to figure out how to beat this character with him. That's a good start. Jump. Bonchan fights out with that little low jab to check. Oh, no anti-air or anything.
Nice. Nice patience right there from Amigo One. Didn't take the bait.
Now just checking with that big. Oh, anti-air jab instead of uppercut. It could have been something bigger. Bonchan playing it slow. He has all those resources. You see the pump. He's buffering that critical art in case there's fireball.
Oh, wow. Did not take the bait. Amigo One with the patience.
See the spacing right here. Bonchan, he stands in that range looking to whip punish, and then if he expects, oh, this is confirmed. Scythe, critical art, and that'll do it. Yeah, great combo and confirmed from Bonchan. He was just ready for it. He had his V-trigger on deck, and in case that hit, he was prepared. Really clinical. That's the way you play that matchup, right? That was just textbook Nash versus Ryu play.
It was really it kind of went like walk backwards because at first, if you noticed, Bonchan was finding a lot of like empty hits where he was going to get him, opening him up with those close crouching shorts just to get him to open up. And now when he finally did it, it gave him the round and the match. So nice adjustments there. I feel like Amigo One, if he had one more game or two, it probably would have fared out a little better.
Yeah, and you know, of course, oh, there's Chris G headed up to the stage, going to be one of our competitors. You know, of course, Bonchan trying to fight to get into the Capcom Cup, which, of course, everybody is buying tickets for. You can get into the Capcom Cup right now, $10 for a 2-day pass with code Capcom Cup 16. Enter that over at the PlayStation.com/experience-tickets. You can go over there and check out. That's the Capcom Cup, which is, of course, presented by PlayStation 4. That'll be at the PlayStation Experience this year in my hometown of Anaheim, California, December 3rd through the 4th.
And of course, this coupon is valid from 11/4 to 11/7, so make sure you go and get it soon. Of course, you want to be there. If you're watching this, you want to be at Capcom Cup 2016, so go get your tickets now. $10 off that 2-day pass. As my friend just said, don't be shy. Head over now.
Yeah, and you know, to hear more about what the players are thinking, sounds like we are going to be heading to Joshua Gray in a little bit, who's going to be interviewing some of the players here on the floor.
Okay, all right.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm standing right next to one of the rising stars in Street Fighter V. This is Vagabond from Texas, and I got to watch some of his matches a little bit earlier. He is dominating with Necalli. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. First, you've been competing for quite some time. Tell me about your competitive history and how significant it is for you to be here today at the Red Bull Battlegrounds.
Okay, so I initially started competing back in 2011. I was a sophomore in high school. I'm actually 20. Despite the beard, it makes me look a little older, but I've been competing for about 5 years, and initially it was just locals, and then I started traveling more this year, so this year has been really significant for me. And I really would like to do well. I'm going to try my best.
Well, so far I was able to watch your matchup against Sephiroth 21. His Ibuki could not stand your Necalli. And then Noodle playing Cammy is a tougher matchup. Tell me, what is the most difficult matchup at this tournament?
Character-wise, honestly, there's a lot of unfamiliarity with Cammy. I don't get enough Cammy experience or practice, so to speak. So I think a good Cammy player would really give me a good challenge.
So how do you practice, and what resources do you use to practice these different matchups, either locally or online?
Most of my practice comes from online. I actually, I've met a lot of people, you know, friends through traveling. A lot of them are top players, so I'll just hit them up on Facebook. I'll tell them, hey, do you want to play? Let's get some matches in. And so they help me with the matchups that way. So most of my practice does come from online.
Let's talk about the online scene. You were able to qualify for this event via the online qualifiers, and we've seen with the recent netcode improvements that fighting games have viable competition online. What has that process been like for you?
Street Fighter V's netcode is a lot better than Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 had a lot of input delay to where it made, you had to adjust timing for combos and stuff. Street Fighter 5 is more just rollback to where it'll start teleporting or whatever if it gets laggy. But the online experience has been great. And getting here, the road here, I competed in the Red Bull Proving Grounds online event. And I actually got second at the second one, so I had to come back and redeem myself. So the road was really good. It was like a 300-man bracket. I like how they split it up between 2 days to where, you played all the way till top 8, and then you resume top 8 the next day. So it was a great experience. Everything was really well. 512
players here. You made it to the top 64. A bit of that pressure is probably off your shoulders, but this is all to be one of the top 2 players today to win a chance to play tomorrow in the Capcom Pro Tour Cup. Big deal for North America, the finals for North America. What is the pressure like for you right now, knowing that you made it to top 64? We still have a journey to go.
Well, right now, the pressure is going to start to increase more and more because I've gone through, so to speak, the easiest part of the tournament, and it's only going to get harder. So the pressure does increase as I move forward in the tournament. As for, pressure from like friends and stuff, I want to do well and support my scene, which is Houston, Texas. And so I want to do well for the scene. But if I can make top 8 and, go even further, possibly get first or second, beating some of the really great players along the way, that would be like a dream come true.
You're one step closer to making that dream a reality. Congratulations on making it to the top 64, and best of luck with the rest of your matches. You could be one of the top 2 players that make it to the Capcom Pro Tour North America Finals tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Give it up for Vagabond, folks. One of the best players here out of the scene. We're going to check in with our friends over at the Red Bull TV desk. Take it away.
All right, man. Well, how about those words there from Vagabond? Shape it up to be like a true hero.
A lot of truth coming from Vagabond. He's speaking from his heart. Shout outs to Houston and all the great players there. Absolutely. Representing that legacy here today in Seattle.
Representing them online qualifiers as well.
Exactly.
He's also, obviously he's a beast. He's been beasting offline, but he's doing a lot of work here today. Can't wait to see what he does this weekend.
Online qualifiers, I think a lot of people have slept on some of these competitors in years past, and we've seen increasing strength over the years. So I'll be excited to see how far Vagabond can sort of carry that online master torch. Absolutely. And leave some bodies on the floor here.
It's all on his shoulders now, but let's take a look at some of the matches that occurred in this past hour here. Ooh,
JLMN, local to Seattle, as I understand it, up against Tommy Twostep, also out of Texas.
That's right, yeah. Of course, gotta love that name, right? Tommy Twostep.
It's a lot of alliteration. Beautiful stuff. Setting him up, gets him to bite, and then there closes it out. Nice counter hit.
You're a Bison player yourself. How do you feel necessarily in this particular matchup?
I feel like, here's the thing, is jumping, you got to earn it a little bit, but like you can jump on Chun. I feel more in control because I'm able to float a little bit. I feel like Bison has it a lot better than a lot of characters in this match. The throw range, as you saw there, just actually does pay off. When I do find my damage, it's big. So I think this is a pretty legit matchup for Bison.
Right. Well, Tommy Twostep definitely was in a deficit there with the rounds, and now is surviving, holding on here. Kind of making the adjustment, just bringing the fight towards
how can you not love this guy? I feel like that guy was the president of a frat that I wish I was in. It's okay, the good pressure in the corner. Chun-Li, of course, in many people's opinion, one of the strongest strongest woman in the world for sure. Right. We know that much.
Yeah, this is
but also one of the strongest characters in Street Fighter V. Putting the hurt.
Yeah, and Tommy, again, making that adaptation and bringing the fight to JLMN.
Finds the corner, gets the throw, bringing it in, and then a little bit off there, looking for maybe a counter hit.
The excitement there. Very happy to overcome the odds there.
Tommy Twostep closes it out. You could see the emotion. That's some infectious stuff. So congratulations to him on making it to the winners final up against Kurokiba.
Right. It looks like he'll also be facing off against Kurokiba in winners final there.
Exactly. So let's take a look at Burnout Fighter coming up next in this.
That's right. Burnout Fighter versus Nando.
I believe it. Yes, there he is. Nando.
Again, Nando, NorCal native there. Showcasing all of that practice going to good use.
And it feels weird to cheer for Dulcim, but at this point, you see all these characters just sort of really getting in his face and sort of disrespecting his pokes and his damage. Nando putting on a dominating performance here. You saw that super strong round 1 into the Irish whip and closing it out with another near perfect.
Yeah, like this looks like this was just a clean performance there. He's definitely has a lot of Dulcim experience.
Drops the mic, slaps the backside, calls in her friend, and it's quite a way to go out.
Yeah, it was just a quick work there from Nando. You see his NorCal boys in the background. Happy at his performance, but he is not done yet, as he will be facing off against Dr. Danny Pham later.
And of course, the extra little surprises here in this last chance qualifier are some notable players from Japan, shall we say, including Daigo the Beast. So let's see how his match went up against a birdie player.
Looking calm, collected.
That's about right.
You know? And here he is facing off against Insight 403, who started off very strong, actually, against Daigo.
It's a nice counter poke jab, nice counter to the hurricane kick attempt to exit the corner. Using this, yeah, beautiful stuff there. A little bit of a drop, but finds the command grab and closes it out.
That damage, I love it.
And that's a good feel. You're off to a strong start against the Beast, but as we've seen so many times, one of the things a lot of people forget is the 2 out of 3 format isn't here just to prove who the best player is. It helps us do that, but what it really does also is allows you to explore as a player. When you're as strong as Daigo, you can really kind of sniff out what your opponent's up to, and you see him turning it on in round 2 and 3 there with really dominating performances. Insight feeling it. Feels like he's had there a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah, because I mean, he was, holding his ground, doing pretty well, but Daigo, wow, look at that, just throwing those throws in front of his face.
Daigo throws out the parry and is just sort of showing the power of his model, but then before you count out Insight 403, catches him with a counter, and he had it. The heartbreaker, and then the dirty from Daigo with the stand forward.
Yes.
V-trigger cancel into super. Oh! You can see the exact moment his heart breaks into and his soul leaves his body. That's a tough one. But that's why they call him the Beast, and it will be Daigo in the winner's final up against Casual Phil.
Casual Phil. Let's see if Daigo can
the power of Casual
survive.
has not been leveraged yet against the rage of the Beast.
That's right, yeah. Many people who may not be familiar with Casual Phil, he has quite the mouth on him and knows how to hype himself up even during a match. So I don't know if Daigo is going to be ready for that. This is going to be kind of interesting.
Okay, so we've also got some video of our fans, their experience here at the Red Bull Battleground. So let's take a look at that right now.
I am from Duvall, Washington.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Austin, Texas.
Missouri, St. Louis.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Battleground, Washington.
Austin, Texas. Southern California.
I like Snake Eyes. I like Justin Wong.
I came to see everybody. I came to see K-Brad. I came to see Ricky. I came to see Daigo, Umehara. I came to see all of the big boys.
I came here to see Daigo play. Yeah, Daigo's the man.
I came to see myself play. I want to do good.
Personally, I really like the involvement, just the sense of community, how well everybody gets together, just how amazing it is to come to an event like this.
It's the opportunities it presents for most of the competition. I think esports really gives those kind of players more and more opportunities to really show their stuff.
And I love that they're bringing the community together to talk.
I think the best part is just kind of seeing this side of Red Bull and then also being able to experience something new and interesting, and it's really well set up, so it's like a big culture shock almost to me. It's really awesome.
One of the nicest I've seen so far.
Meeting all the players that, I kind of idolize and I look forward to, seeing on stream and everything. It's a great experience.
First walked in and saw the setup here. It's just kind of insane how high production value you guys have here with Red Bull. I'm really impressed.
If you come to an event like Red Bull Battlegrounds, you could hang with the best and play just like you're one of them.
Hello and welcome back to the Red Bull Battlegrounds, everybody. I am Sage Hammond, joined by the lovely Mr.
Tasty Steve.
Tasty Steve, the one and only. We're hanging out for another hour here.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some great matches,
We have had some great matches, Steve. They have been good. You saw Daigo Umehara, our Lord and Savior, so powerful that he won 3-0 in a first of two. Those are hashtag just Daigo things that you see here at the Red Bull Battleground. You saw that lovely video they put together for the fans.
Yeah, that was
They interviewed
cool.
so many cool people. They were missing 2 of them.
I mean, I think you guys are missing 2 people.
You know, I could think of 2 people maybe that perhaps could have been in that video, offered some insight. But, you know, it seems like James and David were busy, so they didn't get to put them in the video, right?
Man.
Yeah. But, you know, instead, you and I are hanging out here doing some commentary. It's been an awesome day so far. You know, as a reminder, today's the last chance qualifier.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're going to wrap down all the way through that last chance qualifier to see who wins. The top 2 will go into the finals tomorrow. That's going to be the top 16. The chance to see who's going to qualify as the North American Regional Finals.
Okay.
You know, it's going to be going down tomorrow. And, you know, I'm just saying this right now. If Daigo Umehara happens to win both the European Regional Finals and the North American Regional Finals, we are claiming him as our North American representative to fight for us at the Capcom Cup. I will be cheering.
I think that's only fair. I mean, Daigo is amazing. I mean, think about it. If Daigo can come to an event like this and make sure he plays you guys with all of his might, doesn't he deserve to represent us no matter where he is? I just think that's fair.